I'm going to show you a food that will help you create a healthy lifestyle that is a delicious snack, and it's part of the clean eating diet. So, the purpose of this speech is to show you all how to make almond butter. It is fit with a healthy lifestyle. A lot of people are trying the clean eating diet, no processed foods, all that kind of stuff. It's simple, it's healthy and delicious. It doesn't take very long to make. There's only one ingredient and it takes less than 10 minutes to make it. It is also known to rev your metabolism, whereas peanut butter slows your metabolism down. And now I will demonstrate how to make it for you. So first, you're going to just have all your ingredients and your supplies ready to go. You need almonds, a spatula, some salt if you want it, which is optional, and then a food processor. That is all you need. There are some optional ingredients that you can use if you choose, but really the main ingredient is just the almonds. So you start with your almonds. You want them to be raw almonds, not cooked, not salted, just plain raw almonds. It doesn't really matter how much you use. It depends on the amount of butter that you want to make. So first you want to plug in your food processor. It has to be an automatic one. A manual one will not work for this purpose just because you have to pump it and it's not fast enough. It has to be constantly spinning in order for this to work. And then you have your almonds. You want to make sure the lid is on your food processor. I know mine will not turn on if the lid is not screwed on all the way. So you want to make sure that the lid is on all the way. And then you can turn it on and then begin to add your almonds in. This gets a little bit loud. So you can see that once you start to add the almonds, it chops them up very finely, and pretty soon it begins to turn into a flour type substance, which is what this is. It's kind of like flour, but it's a little bit chunkier. The pieces are a little bit bigger. The longer you leave it in there, the finer it will get. And if you guys So almonds have natural oils in them that they release over time. So as you put it in the food processor, the oils start to release. So first it'll make a powder, kind of like the flour substance. That's what it starts out as. The longer you leave it on, more oils will release. It'll start to make smaller clumps, and then eventually it will turn into bigger clumps. That's what the spatula is good for. So the longer you leave it on, it'll start to clump up. It'll kind of get stuck around the sides. So you use the spatula to push it down as more oils release and it gets more moisture. So if you guys can see, this is the part where it starts to get a little bit thicker. The oils are releasing, so it's like a little bit heavier than the flour. It's starting to stick to the sides a little bit. You can see that it's also more fine. So you have to leave it on here for a few more minutes. The average time, it usually takes between 5 and 10 minutes to get to the finished product. The average is about 7 or 8 minutes. once it's on there. And then so when you notice it starts to stick to the sides like that is when I unscrew the lid and kind of push it down, make it go more towards the middle. And the longer it's in there, the more oils will release. And then as the oils release, that's what makes it clump. And eventually, when enough oils are released, it will begin to form the butter. So it's very similar to peanut butter. The texture is very much the same. It's pretty much like eating peanut butter, except that it's made with almonds instead of peanuts. And like I mentioned before, the metabolism is another thing. Peanut butter will actually slow your metabolism down. Almond butter will actually rev it up and make it burn faster. So when you're done, you can add salt to it. I always like to add salt to mine. So I just unscrew the lid. You can add it while it's still fine, or you can wait until it turns into more of a butter. I don't really measure out the salt. I just do a small amount and add it in there and let it finish up. Another ingredient that people like to add to the almond butter sometimes is coconut oil. I don't add it to mine. Another thing with coconut oil is that it solidifies at room temperature or colder. So if you add that, that can create problems. It sometimes clumps up. But I don't add it to mine. You can. I've never tried to add it, but like I said, that's the problem, is that you end up with clumps of coconut oil. And I like to put my almond butter in the fridge. So I just add a little bit of salt. Like I said, make sure you keep pushing it down the sides so it doesn't get stuck as it continues. And just leave the food processor on until it gets to that buttery state. You'll see it start to get creamy. It'll also be warm from spinning around in there a lot. It's kind of better warm. It tends to be creamier and a little more liquidy when it's warm. And then as it gets cooler and gets more room temperature, or if you refrigerate it, it'll get thicker, almost kind of solid. So it usually is that peanut butter kind of consistency when it's a little bit warmer. I like to stick mine in the microwave. And my favorite snack to eat with that is apples. I slice up Gala apples and dip it in the almond butter, and that makes a really good snack. And it's also part of the healthy. Apples are part of the clean diet too, so there's no processed food, no added chemicals. I get organic apples, and you can get organic, like I said, raw almonds. So it's fast and easy to make this. It's a simple, delicious snack, and you can do apples or different vegetables, like a fruit dip kind of thing. Any fruit or vegetable that you would want to dip in there makes a good snack. Like I said, it boosts your metabolism and helps you maintain that healthy lifestyle. And when you're done, this is kind of what it looks like. So that kind of peanut butter consistency. You want to pass that around. You just can put that. And that is the almond butter, a clean, simple, easy, fast, delicious snack.